my footy, waiting for it to say that we are good to go, and we are on. Hey guys, how you going? So down BK Sport, massive game here. Roosters must win. The Roosters playing the Rabbitohs, their biggest rivals of 108 years. This is going to be absolutely huge. The game is about to kick off. The last game finished. Gee whiz, I can't get over the Warriors not taking the 2 there. But this game is kicked off, so obviously hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I'm not really going to have time to run through these 2-team lineups. It's going to be Rabbitohs ball here at the 13 on first tackle. I'm not going to have time to run through the lineups, but we will run through the ladder results here for both these teams. I just need to refresh this. The score there. I think it'll come up itself. I don't think it's updated yet on the NRL website, so you have to bear with them until they do update it. But look, I'm going to take the Roosters here, and I'm going to take the Roosters well. I do think, sure, there's a world the Rabbitohs make this close, but I think the Roosters should still be too good, despite the fact the Rabbitohs are getting back guys like Cameron Murray and whatnot. Is everything moving smoothly right now? Can you guys make sure? Okay, sweet, that's refreshed. Can you just let me know in the chat that we are live and everything is going all right now? Roosters will get the ball. Mark Nwanga to Wase. He will be taken back to the 10. That's a really good, strong start there from the Rabbitohs to bring them back to the 10. Now, Roosters, if they win this game, they will go above the Panthers in the 7th position, and that would mean that they would have to rely on the Panthers losing to the Dragons on tomorrow. If the Roosters win, the Panthers lose, the Roosters will be travelling to New Zealand next week to take on the New Zealand Warriors. If the Roosters win, the Panthers win, the Roosters will come 8th, and they'll be taking on Cronulla in Cronulla next week. If the Roosters lose this game, then that means that if the Dolphins beat the Raiders on Sunday, then the Dolphins would actually be in the 8 and the Roosters would be out of the 8. If the Roosters lost this game by 82 points, then they would be below 82 points, and they'd be below Manly, but that's just not going to be simply happening, right? So, overall, Roosters must win this game because the Raiders have rested all their players, and the Dolphins will win that game at KO Stadium on Sunday. Rabbitohs, on the other hand, they're in 14th position. If they lose, there's a world. If the Dragons beat the Panthers, the Rabbitohs would finish off the season in 3rd last. But if they win, they would, for the time being, go above the Eels, the Tigers, and the Cowboys into 11th position. The Cowboys have already received their bye, so they would finish above them no matter what. And then it would just come down to the Tigers taking on the Titans and the Eels taking on the Knights to see where the Rabbitohs do end up finishing. But anyway, Rabbitohs ball here at the 40 on 4 tackle. And they're going to bring it out to the 45. Jai Gray gives it across here. Jack Whiten taking out the 45. Now, also to remind people, not that you really need a reminder, but a reminder is if Alex Johnston scores 3 tries tonight, he will break the all-time record for tries scored by a player. He would beat out Ken Irvine from Manly, that has stood for a very long time, and it would be absolutely massive. So that is something to watch out for. I don't believe he scores 3 tries on Mark Nwanga Tawase's side, but I could see him score definitely 1, and I could see him score 2. A hat-trick, though, is big time. And obviously the NRL has said, don't rush the field. I don't know whether people will do it or not. It's 3rd tackle now for the Roosters at the 35, and they'll go to Nafahu White, who'll bring it out to the 42 on 4 tackle. Olivia says, just to remind you, for our multi, we need Roosters to win. Try scorers, we need Marky Mark, Toya, Daniel. Where did Toya come into this? Roosters right-hand side, they're away. Roosters going back on the inside. Oh, Hugo Savala. He gets shuffled away to Sam Walker. They'll go back to the left-hand side here, 15 metres out. Here's a chance. Wow, pass the ball to Daniel Tupou. You would have scored. Billy Smith got a bit selfish there. Fit tackle for the Roosters, 10 metres out. Sam Walker to Tedesco. He'll flick the ball out the back. Still Roosters ball. Comes backwards again, and Rabbitohs get the ball at 15. They just absolutely destroyed that try. Billy Smith hanging your head in shame. You pass that ball to Tupou and he scores guaranteed. But instead, the Rabbitohs will come up with it in the end, and that was poor from the Roosters after a brilliant breakaway on the right-hand side. Bombed a try for sure. Yeah, where'd Robert Toya come into that, by the way, Olivia? That's come out of nowhere. I remember Alex Johnston, Angus Crichton, Daniel Tupou, and Marky Mark, but Toya, how did Toya get into that? Olivia says $220 bet, potential winnings is $3,450. Wow, you'd be flying. Oh my gosh, Rabbitohs. Roosters get the ball at the 30. That's a bad mistake there from South Sydney. The Roosters will be first tackle 30 metres out. That is awful. Rabbitohs have looked really good in parts in this first 5 minutes, but also all over the shop in parts as well. So Roosters now 20 metres out, second tackle. Sam Walker gives it to Spencer Leniu, and he's going to be 10 metres away from the line, third tackle. Well, It's looking scary for the Rabbitohs because they've made a couple of big brain failure. 6 again here for the Roosters. Sam Walker to Lindsay Collins with a strong run up the middle. 5 metres out from the line. First tackle. Don't forget, this is the longest rivalry in the game. Sam Walker to Savala, right-hand side. They didn't get the ball. Nawanga to Wase. Now he gets it. Now he scores. Marky Mark Nawanga Wase. The Fijian flyer will score. It is 4-0 with a kick to come. There's one. There's one, Olivia. There is one. Monkey Muay Thai says Roosters would love to get the Warriors round 1. I think every man and his dog would love to play that Warriors team round 1. I think that you know what? I'm going to make a ballsy statement here. Warriors fans aren't going to like this. But I'm going to say that if Manly made the top 8 and we're in 7th position, then I think Manly win. I think Panthers win. I've got Roosters to win. Dolphins, I don't know, but Dolphins play a very similar style of footy to Manly, and I think they actually have a better attack than Manly, despite what we saw the other week. I do think that the Cowboys can score points past them. I could say the Cowboys would have beaten them if they had played them. I don't think the Tigers would have. I think the Eels would have. I don't think the Rabbitohs would have. Dragons was close the other week when they played 14-10. Titans have gone 50-50 with them, but I don't think so in a finals game, and same with the Knights. So I would say that any team, outside of maybe the Tigers and the Rabbitohs, any team in the top 14 could probably beat them. And that's a ballsy statement, but I reckon any team in the top 14 could probably beat them in the first week of the finals. I would give them a good chance against the Dolphins, but I would still worry. I wouldn't tip them against the Panthers by any means, and I don't think I'd be tipping them against the Roosters. Let me see if it's my Smokey. Hunter says, Warriors will beat any team we play next round. Yeah, good luck with that, mate. So, Sam Walker here from the sideline. Sam Walker, he will miss the kick. He will miss the kick. Well, Hainsey, are you sure he doesn't miss, mate? He does not miss, does, mate? Well, he just did. Mr. Peacock didn't forfeit it. He's not as generous as Tanner Boyd. Not as generous as the old Tanner Boyd. Just like Galvin was last year. That's the Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year this year is going to have to go... It's going to have to go to... it can't go to Legato It can't go to Mark Nawantawase. I'm going to have to say that it goes to Zane Harrison. Now, Zane Harrison hasn't played a single game this year, but I'm still giving it to him. Nations Wise will beat themselves next week. That's usually what happens with the Wise. So, Roosters will get this ball here at the 10, and they'll bring it out here to the 25 through Daniel Tupou. I'm really getting a vibe that the Roosters win this by a country mile here today. Roosters will get a good offload there from Tupou, and Spencer Leniu just runs this ball straight up into the line. He'll get this ball to the 25. Rabbitohs are muscling up in defence, but the Roosters are still finding offloads. Willie says, missed that first try. Sorry, who was that? It was the big Fijian flyer, mate. Magno Wanganitawase. Oh, Mitchell says, Zane Harrison is no Makasini. Listen, I'm not doing this. We're not having this discussion. If you think that Makasini's had a better season than Zane Harrison, you don't know what you're talking about. You just don't. Sam Walker, good step. Sam Walker still going, gets the offload away. Crichton, then to Hugo Savala. I feel like we might be on here today, Olivia. I feel like maybe a little bit on here. For a 50% share. Robert Toya, he's going to be 25 metres out on fit tackle. Willie says, good luck to all the multis we're on. I think every man and his dog had Mark Nawangtawase. Here he comes again. Jai Gray drops it, and it's going to be a dropout. Wow. Jai Gray drops it, and it's going to be a dropout. Benjamin says, who was your pick to take at the grand final? Mate, that's a tough question right now, man. That is a tough question. I think I have to go the safe and say the Raiders, but it is a tough bet right now. Michael says try looks like. No, it doesn't. So Jai Gray is going to be dropping this ball out here. No, not Jai Gray. It's going to be the 6th, the young lad for the Rabbitohs. It is Ashton Ward. And Roosters go for it. No, I'm going to Wase too good. 13 metres out. It's going to be first tackle here for the Roosters. 13 metres away. Kay says, would love to see the Rabbits upset the old Roosters. Probably not, eh? Yeah, probably not, eh? Not with how this game has started off, that's for sure. So the Roosters' second tackle here. They're 15 metres away. I was saying that I think the Roosters win this game pretty confidently, despite the hesitation, because they're playing a big rival team. But the Rabbitohs still have quite a few injuries, and they've still got quite a few all over the shop natures about their team. Roosters, Angus Crichton is 5 metres away. And 6 again. Roosters, and Benai Uwella is 3 metres out. Livy says, if you've jinxed us, I swear. Oh, yeah, I've jinxed us when we've scored 1 try through the most guaranteed try scorer of the lot, Olivia. Yeah, I've jinxed us. Yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault. First tackle at 10 metres away. Sam Walker. Oh, that's pathetic defence from the Rabbitohs. Oh, the Roosters might win by 100, lads. The Roosters may win by 100 today. We have said this in recent weeks, where the Titans were getting done over by the Dolphins 18-0 in the first 10 minutes, and they made a good game of it. And there was also another game a few weeks ago where a team went out to a hot start before falling apart, and we said 100. But the Roosters look like they might win by 100 today, because Spencer Leniu has just scored the easiest try in his entire career. His entire career. Like that's it's ridiculous. And Spencer Leniu hasn't run behind Nafahu White there. There's nothing wrong with what... Oh, they're going to say there's something wrong with Nafahu White, I reckon. I'm pretty certain they're going to say there's a problem here with Nafahu White. Here we go. So Nafahu White, well, to be fair, he has just stood in the line. No, to be fair, this is the correct call. This is an obstruction. Because Nafahu White stayed in the line. And look, I think Spencer Leniu scores anyway. With that being said, though, it is an obstruction, so this will be a no try. Mitchell says, I blame Reggie the Rabbit. Listen, Mitchell, don't you dare go down Dad's mate route here. Don't you do it. Reggie the Rabbit is a hero. Reggie the Rabbit is a hero of Australia. Reggie the Rabbit might be the greatest that ever did greatest. And when I say greatest, I mean that greatest is here. And Reggie Rabbit, he's not on greatest. You can only see his legs dangling from above. That's how high he is, Reggie the Rabbit. This is greatest, and if you're sitting at the greatest level, you look up, and that's where you see Reggie the Rabbit's legs dangling. How dare you disrespect an absolute legend in Reggie the Rabbit. So 30 minutes to go here in the first half, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Mitchell says that rabbit is a rodent. You're a disgrace, Mitchell. You're a disgrace. Third tackle. I reckon we should start getting some protests across the Sydney Harbour against you. Against you. Fourth tackle now for the Rabbitohs at the 40. Sean James is sorry, Grandad. Chippendale boy, you're getting cooked today. It's not looking great. Rabbitohs here will be at the 30 on fifth tackle. Kay says, come on, Rabbits, man. At least lose by only 10 to 16 points. Well, at least that no try happened, but the Roosters have looked dominant so far. Daniel Tupper goes up, and he'll be at the 13. Jay says, Reggie the Rabbit is better than the Easter Bunny. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. Not going to disagree with it at all. Second tackle. They'll get this ball to the 20. Chimamar says, any try you see where there's just a big gap on the line, it's usually always obstruction. Sure. I'm not going to disagree. Oh, they've lost the ball here, the Roosters. They've lost the ball. Rabbitohs get the ball at 22. Sure. But with that being said, not always. Sure, but not always. Look at a lot of Manly's games recently. I'll even raise you. Look at a lot of Dolphins games recently. I'll even raise you again. Look at a lot of Knights games recently. Whilst you're normally correct. Oh, Kolomatangi does slap at the ball there, but it is a loose carry regardless. So yes, but also no, because that doesn't always just mean that. Sometimes there is really poor defence, and if you look at recent games from Manly, Dolphins and the Knights, that will answer your question to go opposite from that. Olivia says Reggie's a pest. Moderators are going rogue at the moment. They're going rogue. They're losing the plot. They're losing the plot. Well, Rabbitohs here, 12 minutes in, have a chance to take the lead. 25 metres out. Let's see Alex Johnston. Jai Gray. If the Rabbitohs are going to score tonight, I want to see Alex Johnston score. I want to see him score. Well, 2 would tie the record with Ken Irvine. 3 would obviously... Oh, the Rabbitohs have lost the ball. Oh, for gosh sake, South Sydney. Sean Kepi, am I surprised? Am I surprised? Am I surprised? No is my answer to that, Sean Kepi. No. No is my answer to that. Kay says, my only reason to think the Rabbits could maybe make it close is that Roosters lost to the Eels. Oh, that's true. But also, it's the Rabbitohs. You know? I think my argument wouldn't have anything to do with the Eels. My argument would be that the Roosters have still been quite inconsistent this season, and it's the biggest rivalry in the game, these two teams. So any rivalry game is always 50-50. But I will still say Roosters win this by a country mile. Can they hold the ball? We saw literally like 25 errors in that game between the Manly Seagulls and Warriors before. So actually, no, we saw more than 25 errors. We saw more errors than a quarter of the game. More errors than a quarter of the game. Oh, I can't even pull that back across. Keep looking out. It's a beautiful view here from the room. All right, so Roosters now. Daniel Tupou, he rolls it back, and Uelu gives it off to Lindsay Collins, who'll be the 38 on second tackle. Uelu off to Nafahu White, then to Victor Radley, and Radley will get this ball to the halfway point on third tackle. He says the Blue Wall would have loved to have seen Alex Johnson do something tonight, but I just don't know if he's going to be able to. Angus Crichton looking for an offload, can't do it. He'll be fourth tackle at the 45. I do like him to score a try tonight on the basis that this is his old club, and I know he's that kind of player that would, really thrive on scoring a try in today's game. Uelu at the 20, kicks his ball through for himself. He catches it. He gets it. It's backwards. It's still last. Roosters, ball's still live here. And they will kick this ball across to Nawanga Tawase. Alex Johnston, he catches this ball. And then he will flick it back in and still play on. Roosters! Oh, I think he'll be held short or over the line. How on earth is he? That is crazy what just happened. That is crazy, but it is going to be a no try here. They will be just short, and it's going to be a Rabbitohs ball at 10. Well, they're holding just out right now, the Rabbitohs. They are just holding out, but it's scary stuff if you're a South Sydney fan. It's terrifying stuff right now, man. Absolutely terrifying. And second tackle here for the Rabbitohs at the 25. Jay says, if the Roosters are leading at halftime, South should get their trainer to deflate the game balls. Roosters won't ever know. Well, that's true, but this isn't the Penrith Panthers in this game here, Jay. This isn't the Panthers. 6 from 9 completions for the Roosters, mind you. So that's about 60%, 75%. Not great. And 6 again for South Sydney. Okay, all we want to see is Alex Johnson score. Rabbitohs now at the 45. First tackle. First 6 again there for South Sydney. And Havili goes to Sean Kepi. Hold the ball, Sean. Hold the ball. That's all we want to see, mate. That's all we want to see. Kalomatangi out the back to Jack Whiten, and then my game is going to freeze. I don't like that. I don't know. Rabbitohs here, 4 tackle at the 5. For some reason, my game froze, but now they're 3 metres out from the line. 4 tackle, and it's 6 again here for South Sydney. They're going to be held just short of the line here. First tackle, 1 metre out. 1 metre out. Oh my gosh, why does this game keep freezing for me? I don't understand. Okay, it's back now. 10 metres out. South Sydney goes straight through the line again, and they're going to be 5 metres out now. Second tackle. Give it to AJ. Well, you're definitely going to see them aim towards that left-hand side, towards the back end of the set. Keon Kalomatangi, he's going to be 5 metres out now. Third tackle. Well, all that domination from the Roosters early doors has now led to the Rabbitohs getting a lot more of the possession. Ashen Ward to Isaiah Tass, and he'll be 10 metres away from the line. Fourth tackle. Jai Arrow is going to look to go to the left-hand side here, and now we're going to start to see them aim. Yeah, okay, so Sean Kepi's going to run it, and now let's watch it go to the left. You can't kick it up high, though, for Alex Johnson, because you just know that Nawanga Tawase is going to beat him out in the air. And there's a time-off call here, as the Rabbitohs were out to go out to the left. Bunker's getting involved here. There's going to be a Lindsay Collins HIA, no penalty. There's going to be a HIA for Lindsay Collins. A HIA for Lindsay Collins coming on up. Oh, beautiful. My visa for Vietnam just got approved. So I'll be back there on Monday. Back there on Monday. The old visa approved. I'm flying, mate. Nate J says, see last night, there was no ball in the dropout. Ball bucket for Storm to kick, and the ref... Hi, Nate. You know I streamed last night's game, and I did talk about this. The ref didn't care, let the clock run out and penalise the Storm. Yeah, no, that I did speak about this. Jai Gray on fifth tackle gets taken out to 15. That was silly. Mad Monday in the land of the dong. Yeah, got a little bit of the dong, Jay. Massive dong fan, Mr. Hayes. Massive dong fan. He's a huge fan of the dong. So first tackle for the Roosters at the 20. And Robert Toya, he'll bring it out to the 25, second tackle. Lindsay Collins, category 2. So he should be fine. He should be fine to come back in this game. Roosters to the 35, now third tackle. That was a really underwhelming end to that set there from the Rabbitohs. It showed a lot of promise. Sam Walker goes at himself with the 50 on fourth tackle. 50 on fourth tackle. Now they go to James Tedesco and Fahu White. And that was a bit of an underwhelming run. Fifth tackle at the 45. At least we're seeing this as at least it's a closer game than what it was looking like a few moments ago. And it was looking bad. It was it was looking rough, man. It was looking rough. So the Roosters, okay, and the screen's going to freeze again here, is it? The screen's going to freeze again. I don't understand. By the way, guys, is my stream actually going live for you? Like, is there any problems with my stream for you guys? Because for me, this game keeps messing up. I don't know what's just happened, but the Roosters kicked it at the 35. Are they saying offside, maybe? No, it's a Rabbitohs ball here. The stream is fine. Yeah, I don't understand what's happening then. So 25 metres away from their own line. Rabbitohs with the ball now. Second tackle at 30. Just a couple of early moments here. So Brandon Smith will come on the field here for South Sydney. Obviously was at the Roosters earlier on. Third tackle at the 40. Bring back the Indian internet. Indian internet was fantastic, dude. I had so many nerves going to India. I haven't had any real problems with internet. I had more problems with internet, well, obviously in Fiji. But I probably had more problems with internet in Australia than I did in any of like India, Thailand, Vietnam, or Malaysia, except for maybe today. Rabbitohs now, Jai Gray. They go left-hand side. Jack Whiten kicks his ball into the corner. Tedesco should have this one, though. He grabs it, and this is going to be a dropout here from the Roosters to the Rabbitohs. Yeah, no, Jimmy Marr, it's got nothing to do with your KO and stuff. I'm talking about my KO. And stream is fine too. Yeah, no, it's well, not my KO, my watchnrl.com. But it's some reason, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's fine now. Fastman says, would hate to have to wait for next season to see AJ get the record. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're not really expecting AJ to get 3 tries against Nwanga Tawase and the Roosters, are we? So 65-metre dropout there from 55-metre dropout. The Rabbitohs will get this ball back to the 40 on first tackle. I don't think anyone's really truly believing that we're going to see 3 tries from Johnson today. It'd be a miracle if it did. But Cameron Murray, first game of the season, and he's back on 35 metres out. I don't mind him for a sneaky today. I really don't mind him for a sneaky, despite him coming off the bench. I just don't know how many minutes he plays. Jamie Humphries rolled it to Brandon Smith. Smith gives it to Cameron Murray. And Murray be 18 metres out for tackle. 20 minutes gone in the first half, 20 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. There you go, Jamie Humphries. Now he'll be 30 metres out on fifth tackle. Brandon Smith. Ashton Ward. They go Jai Gray, and he keeps getting tackled on fifth. Like, it's great defense from the Roosters, but the Rabbitohs have absolutely nothing in attack when it comes to the crunch. Have absolutely nothing in attack. And now they're going to reset it again. Well, this is a really slow, grindy part of the game where Rabbitohs are dominating possession of the ball, but they're doing absolutely nothing with it when it actually gets into the attack in 20. Tedesco brings his ball to the 30. I do think Tedesco wins the Dally M. Obviously, we'll be live all night for the Dally M night. I do think he gets it. Roosters go to the right, and Nwanga Tawase gets the offload away, and Hugo Savala at the 40, the 35, the 30. He steps. He will not get the offload away. He'll be 25 metres away, third tackle. 20 minutes to go in the first half. Robert Toya. They go to the left, and it's going to be underneath here for Victor Radley. He's 15 metres away from the line. Fourth tackle. They go to the left, Sam Walker. Sam Walker kicks it over the top for himself here. It's going to be a knock-on from the Rabbitohs. Yeah, knock-on Rabbitohs here first. Kolomatung, I don't know why you're even arguing it. That's always called a knock-on. So knock-on South Sydney. Roosters will get a 6 again. 10 metres out here from the line. 6 more tackles, son. 6 more tackles. I'm actually really chuffed that visa came through because that means I can book my Airbnb. If it didn't come through today, it doesn't come through on a weekend, so I would have needed to wait till Monday, and my flight is on Monday, so I would have been so nervous. But it's sweet. So 10 metres out. Roosters, I guarantee they score in this set. They really should. Like, Rabbitohs have won 3 games in a row coming into this game. 20-18 of the Titans. Then they beat the Eels, and then, oh, here we go. Nwanga Tawase is going to score, guaranteed. There you go. I told you. Nwanga Tawase for a double. And it is 8-0 with the kick to come, and Nwanga Tawase hands the ball straight to Jack Whiten. So it is 8-0 here with the kick to come for the Roosters. Pjanovic says Roosters too good. Well, you knew it was coming. Like, the Rabbitohs have had all the ball at the other end of the field. They've done absolutely nothing with it. They've looked really lackluster with the ball in the attacking area. They've looked decent at times on defense away from their defensive 20, and they've really tried hard in regards to getting some intensity into the game. But ultimately, the Roosters are playing for too much here. They are the better team overall this year. You're going to have to come back next year, in my opinion, Rabbitohs, and I do think you'll actually be a decent shout next year for a top 6 spot. Maybe potentially even top 4, but I think this year you can clearly see that the Rabbitohs shouldn't be getting a win here today, and the Roosters should be winning by a country mile. So Nwanga Tawase with a double. Nate says, there's me dub. Where's that 10%, Nate J? How dare you? What do you think this is, Nate J, eh? What do you think this is? So Nate J wins a better $20,000, so we get $2,000. How good. Mark will get the Ken Irvine medal this season, looks like. Mark Nwanga Tawase will get it this year, will he? Well, to be honest with you, over the next couple of years, maybe not the next couple of years, but like Alex Johnson will break it, but Daniel Tupou is still a shout of them breaking it as well, as in breaking Alex Johnston. He's only like 20 tries behind or something like that, even though they're still playing at the same time. But the Roosters, we'll see. I would actually back into it to keep playing as long as Johnson does, despite him being a little bit older. If Lofiana Khan-Pereira was playing and actually getting his time on the wing for the Titans, he would actually have a chance within the next maybe 5 to 7 years of breaking it with his try scoring rate. He's like 55 tries through like 55 games, something like that. Sam Walker will get the kick from the sidelines, but it's 10-0 to the Roosters. You know, you're going to see plenty of the new style of game. This is why Ken Irvine's record is so impressive, because Ken Irvine scored that a long time ago for Manly. Nowadays is a very faster game, a lot more, performance, not enhancement, that's not the right word, performance improvement, I guess. It's a lot more of a professional game, obviously. It's quality, and it's a lot faster, it's quick, there's a lot more focus on attack compared to his game, where it was a lot more focused in regards to grittiness, defense, and hard-hitting tackles, right? Comparatively to today, where it's the complete opposite. So it's so impressive Ken Irvine's been able to get that, and how long it's taken for someone to overtake it. And we're going to see it this year. It's not going to happen for Johnston. I don't think he gets 3 tries tonight. Second tackle of the Roosters at 25. He might be lucky to get 1 tonight. Snickstar says, Mark never scores, only 1 try. It's always multiple. Yeah, valid. Third tackle now at the 33. Tasman says, surely they are going for the record. They've got Murray and Walker on. I just think the Rabbitohs they don't want to get pumped by the biggest rivals. I think that's probably the biggest reason. Roosters, Sam Walker, he's been a bit of a menace today. He get the offload away as well to Angus Crichton. Crichton gets it across, and now the Roosters will get this ball here to the 42 on fit tackle. They've got 2-3 years in him, yeah? But no, that's going to be knocked back there from the Roosters. The Rabbitohs get the ball here at the 18. Sure, but I also say that for mine, if you're asking me who I want as a winger on my team, I would actually personally take Daniel Tupou over Alex Johnson. Despite the fact that Johnson scored more tries, I would actually take Daniel Tupou as a winger over Alex Johnston. Which can be controversial, I guess. But like I ask you guys, who would you take? Would you take Daniel Tupou or Alex Johnson? And right now in their career, I think that you can get more quality out of Daniel Tupou over the rest of his career than you can out of Alex Johnson. That's not to try and Jai Gray's away here. Jai Gray's away here. Jai Gray's away to the 40, the 30, the 20. He steps inside Tedesco. He's done him over, and they're going to score, the Rabbitohs. They are going to score and bring this game back within 4. Ashton Ward follows Jai Gray up nicely. That came out of nowhere. And Ashton Ward will score and make a game of this. 15 and a half minutes to go with the first half, baby. Oh, boy, the Bunnies, they're in. I'm taking Nofaluma, Mitchell says. Well, then I'm taking Anthony Don. Then I'm taking Anthony damn well Don, Mitchell. And Nofaluma, I've made him rage on the field before. Fun story. I don't know if I think I would have told you guys. I've made him rage on the field at Seabus before. he got so rage baited, it was incredible. Like, he was at the 40, and I think it was when he was having those struggles with the contract, and I yelled out something about his contract, and he just turned immediately to me and just lit me up. No one knows what he said, but I loved it. I loved every moment of it. I made him rage so hard, Nofaluma. Obviously, it was in a testy time with whatever was going on behind closed doors in regards to his contract, but that was one of my best rage baits. I got him real good there. He lost it on that side of the field. I really wish it was on camera, to be fair, but it wasn't. Were you there for that, Brocky? I don't know if you were. This is probably about, 2-3 years ago now? Probably 3 years ago now? 2022, maybe? Lagan says, was that in a vlog? Which one I want to see? Well, it's a Tigers vs Titans vlog. It was a Seabus. I think it might have been about 3 years ago, so I would assume the vlog would be there. I think I mentioned it. I don't know if I was filming at the time, but I think I mentioned it maybe at halftime in the halftime review, halftime, discussing the game. But it was probably 3 years ago, and it was Titans Tigers at Seabus. No, it wasn't. Yeah, fair enough. So Ashen Ward here. Here we'll kick it over, and it is 10-6 to the Roosters with 14 minutes to go of the first half. Tasman says wrong side, Muppets. It is the wrong side. We want to see Alex Johnson score tonight. That's what we want to see. But that was nice from Jai Gray. He's been tackled a couple of times on fifth, which hasn't been great, but he does over Tedesco quite well here. He just steps onto the inside rather than passing it. And Tedesco does make the tackle, but he has Ashton Ward following up nicely, and it's try time. I'm taking Jason Nightingale. Jason is such a nice guy. Had him on an interview before. I think he was my first ever NRL interview. NRL, not All Channel. Or it might have been Conrad Harrell. It was either Conrad Harrell for the Titans or it was Jason Nightingale for the Dragons. I feel like it might have been actually Connie. And then Jason Nightingale when I was down there doing a Dragons vlog against, I think, the Broncos in round 1, maybe 2017. No, Jason, I always laugh when I see you on the Sunday Footy Show intro, mate. Bless you. Am I still on it? Do they still have me on it, do they? Third tackle with the Rabbitohs at the 30. They've still got... Oh, so it's the entire season. They've just got me on their intro. Fair enough. So Rabbitohs here will be 4 tackled here at the 38. Roosters, to be fair, you've got to remember, if the Roosters lose this game, they probably don't make the 8, and it's only a 4-point game right now. They've clearly been the better team, but they're only up by 4. Yeah, mate, every week. That's funny as. Do you know what? I don't even know if I've seen... I might have seen it ages ago. What was I doing? Was I just celebrating like crazy or something, was I? Did I have long hair at the time, or was it when I was short? Rabbits for the upset, Jay says. Well, at least that would make that Dolphins-Raiders game interesting to watch, and it's a Roosters knock on here. Rabbitohs have got the ball at the 30. Alrighty. Alright, lads. Rabbitohs getting an attacking opportunity. Oh, Roosters fans, you got to be shitting bricks right now. If I'm a Roosters fan, I feel that, that feeling in your stomach. The feeling in your stomach where you're just like, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. Screaming out with your arms in the air. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I've done that many times. Completion rate of the Roosters is a paltry 64%, mind you. Rabbitohs here are 30 metres out from the line, sorry. Olivia says, I'm shitting bricks. You're shitting bricks? You care about the winner of this game as a Broncos fan? To be fair, as a Broncos fan, you'd rather play the Dolphins if you lost the first week to the Storm. To the Raiders, and then if you somehow ended up playing the Dolphins, you'd probably prefer to play them than the Roosters, in my opinion. Rabbitohs now at the 15. Third tackle. 12 minutes to go the first half. Come on, Alex Johnson. We want to see a try. Come on, Alex Johnston. Go to left. We want to see a record equal tonight, and then we can see the record broken maybe first round next year. Out to the Ashton Ward. Here we go. Cody Walker. Pass the ball, you dog. Pass the ball. Damn it, they're not even going to go to the left-hand side now. No, it's all Cody Walker's fault. You can blame him. Up in the air, knocked back here for the Rabbitohs. Still fit tackle, still last, but Ashton Ward will get taken out of the 10. Ashton Ward taken down to the 10. Johnson passes. Has Johnson scored yet? Nope, there's only been one try for the Rabbitohs, and that was Ashton Ward. I blame Milford for that. I would do that too, Lagan. Lagan says it was the Warriors versus Titans game last year in New Zealand. Oh, true. Okay. Oh, geez, that was... Oh, I know what footage they're using then. Okay. Yeah, no, I know what footage that is. Yeah, Blocker Roach, big fan of that one. 10 minutes to go here the first half. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Blocker Roach, massive fan of the channel. Huge fan of the channel, that bloke. Fit tackle here at the 45. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Smack it in. Thumbs up, subscribe. Olivia says, Reggie stalking the cameraman. That's because Reggie the Rabbit is the GOAT. That's because he is the GOAT. Reggie the Rabbit. Olivia. He can stalk whoever he damn well wants to stalk as long as it's not an incident where he shoves the child. But outside of that, he's the GOAT. Lagan says, didn't Blocker mention you when he seen it? He did, which is quite funny because I know he's not a massive fan of the old BKR sport. Third tackle here for the Rabbitohs at the 25. I remember he said something like, Cobbers enjoying the game or something, or that bloke's enjoying the game. And it's funny because I know he knows who we are because of something that's happened. Rabbitohs here at the 42, so it would have burnt him so much having to see that. It's so funny, dude. It's so funny. Fitz tackle here at the 45, and Jamie Humphries of the Rabbitohs will kick this ball down to the 10, where it will be James Tedesco who now brings it out of the 15 to the 20. Oh, big hit there, and the Roosters will be 20 metres out first tackle. Albert says, Mr. I'm diehard Rooster, you still can do it in the finals. Albert watching from Bougainville and Papua New Guinea. Well, they need to win this game to make the finals, Albert. And they're only up by 4, but good to see you watching in from Papua New Guinea. Get around, yeah. We'll be live for all those Papua New Guinea international games later in the year. Hope to see you then. Robert says, South Sydney Rabbitohs will win. Very interesting way to spell South Sydney Rabbitohs there, but... right now, they're not with a bad shout. Radley will knock the ball on, and the Rabbitohs get the ball again to 40. Roosters are just handing possession to the Rabbits here. Handing possession. Buck says, Rocky the Rooster is the GOAT mascot. That's disrespectful. Because that's not Reggie the Rabbit, you've just said. Buck says, Blocker is 100% the worst commentator. I swear he thinks he's sinking tins on a fishing trip the way he goes on old boy stories. But don't get me wrong, Blocker Roach. Steve Roach was a fantastic player in his time. Fantastic player in his time. Commentary, though, he says Tino Fasuamui. And now he makes a joke out of players' names because everyone talks about it. But the thing is that people talked about it because he couldn't pronounce players' names. I will never get over Tino Fasuamui. That is always going to be my favourite player name. And now he jokes around about it, but there's a reason why he does. Second tackle now for the Rabbitohs at the 30. Mr. Corey says, don't the Rabbits want Johnson to break the records during this game? Honestly, I think it's more important that they're just trying to beat their biggest rivals to end their season effectively, because if the Roosters lose this game, the Dolphins just need to beat the Raiders. Well, by a couple of points still. 6 again for the Rabbitohs at the 13. Because there's a 13-point gap between the Dolphins and the Roosters. But Rabbitohs, right outside. He's going over the sideline. No, he's put his foot over the sideline. Puts his foot over the sideline there, Tyrone Munro. It's a biffo. Someone throw an uppercut. You sons of cats. Someone throw an uppercut. Jai Arrow and Daniel Tupou. Get into him, mate. Slap with an elbow. Get some elbows involved, lads. Get a headbutt. Throw a headbutt, you cats. Someone throw a headbutt. 7.5 minutes to go of the first half, and bit of a biffo, bit of a slap and a tickle. Yeah, Tupou comes in. Oh, and then he just really completes the tackle there with a heavy hit on his Itas, and the Rabbitohs weren't happy with that. Albert Cabot says, birthplace of Ford and Holden owners, Bougainville. Says Tino Fui Fui Moi Moi, he says. No, he says Tino Fasuamui. No, I'm not joking. That's how he pronounces his name. Well, now he doesn't. He says Fasua Malawi now, I think, but he never used to. Tupou would get dropped. Tass would smash. Tass would smash? Don't know if we're allowed to see that on live television, mate. We're thinking fight here, but you're thinking smash? How are we? All right, so it's going to be Roosters ball here at the 10. Just a warning for both the captains there. Lagan says, Brutus decks Timmy, realistically. Look, we all know that Reggie the Rabbit wins in a fight. We all know it. Cage match. Reggie the Rabbit slaps Brutus. Whatever the hell a Brutus is. He slaps whatever this Rooster is. You know, Stormman, he's got all the muscles, but I don't think he'd be able to take on Reggie. Reggie's got the experience. The only one I can see beating him is the old Chihuahua boy. It's the only one I can think of. The old Chihuahua boy up at the Gold Coast. Third tackle for the Roosters at the 30. And now to the 33. Not making a great deal of meters here, the Roosters. The Rabbitohs have got some confidence in this game. Fourth tackle, and Victor Radley now. He'll get this ball to the 42. The Roosters did not do as much as they needed to with that first 15-minute stanza of the game. Lagan, we're not having that comment, man. We're going to have to remove that one. Yeah, Jay's removed that one. So Jai Gray, he'll bring this ball out here to the 20. And it's going to be first tackle. Dasmate said, yeah, fair call, Jay. Daniel Tupou, holy shit, he's like the quiet kid at the back of the class. Don't screw with him. So the Rabbitohs will get this ball to the 30. Vaji says, Rabbitohs will win with AJ breaking the record. Vaji from Papua New Guinea. Get around ya. Don't think that Alex Johnson will break the record tonight, but it'd be awesome to see. If the Rabbitohs could win and Johnson scored the... Oh, it's a mistake there from the Rabbitohs, but it will go backwards. Fourth tackle at the 40. Imagine the scenes of Alex Johnston scoring the winner in the 80th minute to break the record and knock the Roosters out of the comp. That would just be insanity. Kalol Matangi now. He's going to get this ball to the 50 on fifth tackle. 6 minutes to go. What kind of clown names their mascot? Brutus, Mitchell says. Not me. So Nwanga Tawase with the ball to 10. And he's going to bring this... Oh no! Oh, it's a knock-on from Nwanga Tawase. How has he even knocked this ball on? How has it even happened? Oh no. Oh no. William Seneca says Roosters, though Alex will score twice. Would love to see it. Right now, the Roosters are just gifting them possession. The Roosters are looking like they want to not make the 8 right now. You can't give your biggest rival of 117 years a chance to end your season. The completions are 10 from 17 for the Roosters in the first half. Gee whiz. Went for the fend and flicked it out. Oh, boy. Roosters. Error rate is just dreadful right now. Rabbitohs first tackle, 23 metres away here from the line. Fooled himself. All right, Roosters fans definitely getting nervous. Kaloma here, 15 metres out, second tackle. Timmy the Tiger, if anyone that's watched South Park before, that is what I think of when I think of Timmy the Tiger. You're off your rocker. Third tackle, 10 metres away. And they go back to the right-hand side off to Jamie Humphries. And now Cameron Murray, he's going to be 8 metres out here, fourth tackle. Brandon Smith, he goes out to the left. Kilamatangi, he'll get it across to Cody Walker. Slow play here. They kick this ball through, and it's going to be... No, Cody Walker. They've tried so desperately to get Alex Johnson to try there that he's completely messed it up. That was never on. So Nwanga Tawase brings that ball out here to the 20. That was an awful kick from Cody Walker. That was never on. Winston says, I hope the Roosters win because I have my money on them. Thank you for letting us know that you tipped a heavy, heavy favourite. So third tackle now for the Roosters at the 35. And Connor Watson to Tedesco. And Tedesco, great tackle there from Cameron Murray and Tallis Duncan. And Roosters making some easy meters up the middle here. They're already at the 38 now on fifth tackle. Tedesco to Hugo Savala. And Savala, he's got a good kicking game. He'll put that ball up in the air. Good chase through here from the Roosters. Knocked back. They go right inside. No one to Wase. He steps. He goes. He's going to flick it at the back again. Roosters still throwing the ball around. And the Rabbitohs will pick it up through Tallis Duncan. They're very lucky he was there because the Rabbitohs would have been absolutely done for numbers on the left-hand side. 59% completion rate. Gee whiz. And it's a penalty here to the Rabbitohs. Roosters are trying to lose this game, eh? They are trying to lose this game. Well, I tell you, I do think the Roosters beat the Wars if they end up playing them, but this is why I was a little bit doubtful on it. Philip says, go Roosters, don't let all your supporters down. Oh, this would be the most demoralising way to go through the next 6 months of... Imagine finishing your season, losing to your biggest rivals of 117 years, when they were last for most of the year, and also are hovering around the bottom 4, whilst you're in the top 8 right now, you're at home, and the Rabbitohs still have a lot of their injuries, and then to go through the next 6 months knowing they're the ones who knocked you out. Like, that would just be brutal. I don't think there could be anything worse. And Rabbitohs, I would argue it was a forward pass, but forward tackle here at the 33, they got away with that one. I'd love to see Robinson lose this game. He's a toss, the next Jay says. Left-hand side, Cody Walker off to Tallis Duncan. And now they're 25 metres out. Brandon Smith goes to the left. They do look very tight. Alex Johnston, he kicks that ball back up the inside. It's going to be... I think Radley gets out. No, he doesn't. Well done. Johnston could have got selfish there and tried to go for himself, and I think he wouldn't have got there. Him kicking that ball back on the inside shows his intention just to win this game rather than go himself. I like that. Dasman says, just ask Carlton fans from a few years ago. Exactly right. That Carlton-Collingwood way that finished up was brutal. Brutal. So a minute and a half left here in the first half. I think the Roosters surely dropped this out far. Michael is talking about getting Johnson over before half time. I don't think Souths care as much as people think. I think Souths just care about beating the Roosters here. So Cameron Murray is going to be 33 metres away. This first half has gone forever. Yeah, it has felt like it's gone for a while, Brenton. I do get nervous here for South Sydney, though, because you can clearly see they're very tired. So the second half half-time is very needed. But I do feel like South Sydney is showing a lot of tiredness here, which worries in the second half. They could score right now and take the lead. Second half, I'd still be pretty confident the Roosters find a way to win this game, especially considering last week they were down 10-0 at half-time and then won 40-10 over the Storm. Jai Gray, 15 out, short side. Tallis Duncan, he offloads the back to Jai Gray. Here's a chance. And now they'll be 8 metres out, 36 seconds to go here in the first half. Rabbitohs, if they take the lead here, it's huge, though. Cody Walker to Kalamatangi. And he's going to be 5 metres out. Fit tackle. Brandon Smith out to Ashen Ward. Kicks it through. Played out here by the Roosters. Angus Crichton will pick it up. And they'll be at the 20. Gets the offload away. Oh, and then Tupou knocked the ball on. They would have scored too. They would have scored as well, the Roosters. And that would have been their season in the 8. They would have made the 8 100% off the back of that. But again, another knock on even the Roosters. Another mistake. There is a chance that the Rabbitohs could challenge this for a pass off of the ground, however. I would argue that's a penalty to the Rabbitohs. I would argue that should have been a penalty to the Rabbitohs. If they had scored there, the Roosters, it probably would have been called back for a penalty. Sean's dad's don't be like that. Dad says, oh, they're Carlton fans. So Rabbitohs, one last play here of the first half. They go left-hand side, Alex Johnston. Jack Whiten, he'll get the offload away. Here's a chance here. Alex Johnston over the top. Oh, so close. Nwangane to Wasay, that's bullshit. You've done that to us. That's really good defense there for Nwangane to Wasay just to hit that ball dead. And that's going to be half-time, lads. That is going to be half-time. We were so close to seeing a Johnston try there. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. The Roosters will hold them out. But I tell you what, they wouldn't be happy with that first half. Again, though, I will reiterate that South Sydney Rabbitohs do look tired right now. They do look like they might be in a little bit of trouble in regards to the stamina across the game. With that being said as well, the Roosters last week were losing 10-0 to the Melbourne Storm and won the second half 40-0 and won the game 40-10 over the Melbourne Storm. So I would not be surprised if the Roosters still win this game by a country mile. They haven't had a good first half at all. The Rabbitohs, for mine, were not the better team, but contextually speaking, you could argue it, especially, that completion rate is unbelievable from the Roosters. That completion rate is actually spectacularly bad. All right, let's get into the stats here, guys. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. We've still got 40 minutes left to play here. Obviously, Dolphins fans are extremely desperate. The Rabbitohs can find a way over the line. Whilst Manly season, you're definitely done. Rabbitohs aren't winning by 80 odd points. And the Roosters, you're feeling sick right now. This could go the other way. But overall, thumbs up, subscribe. Let's get into the stats. So Mark Nwangane Tuwase has scored a double here today, whilst Ashen Ward has scored one try. The possession is 55% for the Rabbitohs, 45% here for the Roosters. So the Rabbitohs edging it out in that category. Time possession is 12 minutes 13 for the Roosters, 14 minutes 48 there for the Rabbitohs. That's 26 minutes. That's 27 minutes. That's okay. You know, it's at least getting away from the 25-minute mark. That's not too bad overall in regards to time possession. Now, completion rate. You want to be seeing at least 80%. 80% is the marker. Now, the Rabbitohs are at 86% with 19 from 22. They're doing pretty good with the ball. They've only made 3 errors on their sets. They're at 86%. You're really happy with that. The Roosters are at 55%. They are at 55%. They are 2 incomplete sets away from being 50% or under 50% if it's 3 more incomplete sets. That is abhorrent. We criticise teams when they don't hit 70% and they're sitting at 68, 67%. So if I criticise teams at 67, 68%, then I'm criticising a team that doesn't even get to 60%. This Roosters team is nearly making an error every 2 sets. That is insanity. The Roosters are back to their error-ridden ways. They're very lucky they're playing this Rabbitohs team today. Because otherwise, if this is them in the finals next week, and they play like this, even though the Warriors can make plenty of errors themselves, they made 8 errors in the first half. Who do you call in that game? Who do you call in Warriors, Roosters, and New Zealand if you're saying Warriors with 8 errors in the first half of their game, and you're saying the Roosters with 9 errors in the first half of their game? Crazy stuff. Runs-wise, 84 for the Roosters for 812 run meters. That's pretty good. That's only about 28 meters or so run meters behind the 10 meters on average per run you're looking for. 10 meters on average per run is very solid. They're only 28 meters behind that. So that's pretty good for them at 84 for 812. Whilst the Rabbitohs are at 109 for 878. Now, that's a different story because that is 102. That's 200. No, it's 130. It's 131, is it? Yeah, 131 meters behind the 10 meters on average per run for the Rabbitohs. So 28 compared to 131. Roosters are doing more with the ball when they do have the ball. Now, if you want to give the Roosters an extra 25 runs at 10 meters on average per run, which they're basically at, they're not exactly there, but they're basically at, so it's not an unfair metric to boost the Roosters up to an equivalent. 84, you get 25 more runs to get to 109. That's 250 run meters. That will go to 912, 1012, 1062. That is then about 200 run meters above the Rabbitohs there if you try to equate it. So the Roosters are very clearly getting a lot more out of their meters when they have the ball. It's just they don't have the ball as much as the Rabbitohs because guess what? They are making the errors. They are making a ridiculous amount of errors. So the Rabbitohs are winning it on its own individual metric right now, but they're still only up by about 70 meters, and they've had 25 extra runs. So that tells you everything you need to know. Now, post-contact meters is Rabbitohs at 328, Roosters at 291. I think the Roosters are pretty confidently leading that if you equate the extra 25 runs. It's not too far off. It's only off by about 37 right now. So right now you're probably looking at the Roosters going above that if you equate it. Line breaks, a whopping 5-1 Roosters way. That's domination. Tackle breaks is a whopping 21 for the Roosters and 9 for the Rabbitohs. So Roosters' defense has been really good here today, but I will also say the Rabbitohs on the eye test have been awful on attack. They've been tackled on fifth multiple times. They've had no direction when they've gotten into the attack. They've had good ability to get the ball into an area, but then done absolutely nothing with it. Now, can you say it's Roosters' defense, or are you going to say it's Rabbitohs' attack? I'm going to say it's a bit of a mixture of both, but the Rabbitohs' attack has been awful to watch, and the Roosters' defense has been solid. So 21-9 in tackle breaks is huge. Average set distance is interesting here. So 25 and under is, turn the stream off, disgusting, pathetic. 25 to 30 is just disgusting. 30 to 35 is underwhelming. 35 to 40 is hitting the marker. 40 to 45 is great. 45 to 50 is fantastic. And 50 plus is basically perfect. The Roosters are at 40.65. So on the extreme low end of a great category, but they are still in the great category. They're getting a good amount of meters. And the Rabbitohs, they're at 39.9. So that is only less than a metre behind the Roosters. So they're actually going pretty toe-to-toe there with the average set distance. And that is coming from a lot of the mistakes and the knock-ons the Roosters are making that's bringing it back down, because based off their numbers, they probably should be sitting around the 46 to 47 mark, but the errors are bringing them back to the 40.65 in my opinion. So 30.9.9 is extreme high end, basically great, but it is still technically in the okay hitting the marker section. But they're both basically at the similar margin there of 40.65 and 39.9. Average play the ball speed, 3.29 and below is extremely fast. 3.3 to 3.39 is fast. 3.4 to 3.59 is hitting the marker. Average. 3.6 to 3.79 is slow, and the 3.8 and above is extremely slow. The Roosters are currently at 3.45 seconds, so that is just an average area. They're not doing it too fast. They're not doing it slow. They're just doing it quite average. And then 3.62 seconds for the Rabbitohs. Is also, no, that is in the slow category. Yeah, that is in the slow category. So Roosters doing okay with it, nothing too speedy. Rabbitohs, they're just kind of taking their time with it. Offloads, 9-5 Roosters. That's a lot of offloads for the Roosters. That's a lot of offloads, which is probably where a lot of their errors are coming from, to be fair. Then you go down to the forced dropouts. The Rabbitohs have had 3 forced dropouts to 0. That means that they're attacking the line more than the Roosters are. That means that they're actually getting a repeat set, which is huge, on multiple occasions, whilst the Roosters haven't. Whilst I said the Rabbitohs have been awful on attack, at least they are getting 3 forced dropouts there, which is huge. But I will say the Rabbitohs have looked pretty poor on attack regardless. Now, kick defusal was 86% for the Roosters and a whopping 0% here for the Rabbitohs, which is poor. Then on an effective tackle percentage, there's a game of 2 different teams here. 85% and below is disgusting. 85% to 88% is underwhelming. 88% to 90% is hitting the marker. And then 90% and above is incredible. Roosters are at 92.59%. That is incredible. That is really good stuff. 200 tackles made for only 9 missed tackles and 7 ineffective tackles. So the average amount of missed tackles is 15 to 17. They're at 9. So that's 6 under the lowest of the average. That's very good, and especially considering they've made 42 extra tackles than the Rabbitohs. So they're making way more tackles, but they've missed way less tackles. The Rabbitohs have missed 21. We'll get to that in a second. But the Rabbitohs have missed 21. The Roosters have missed 9. But the Rabbitohs have made 158 tackles. The Roosters have made 200. So that's incredible. That's an incredible amount of missed tackles in a good way. That is 6 underneath, comparatively the Rabbitohs who are 4 above, and that's with 42 extra tackles made. 7 ineffective is right on the average of 6-7, so it's okay, but that 9 missed tackles is incredible. So 92.59%, you cannot complain with that. And then 81.03% here for the Rabbitohs, which you shouldn't be surprised with, especially what I just said. 158 tackles made for 21 missed tackles and 16 ineffective. So 158 tackles, again, 42 less tackles than the Roosters, but yet they've had 12 extra missed tackles at 21, which is 4 missed tackles more than the highest of the average of 17, and the average of 6-7 for the ineffective tackles, they're at 16. So that's 9 ineffective tackles above the highest of the average there. So that is 37 bad tackles for the Rabbitohs in the first half, whilst the Roosters are at 16 bad tackles in the first half. And this is why I'm saying to you that I think the Rabbitohs will get extremely tired here, and the Roosters should run over the top of them. If they can limit their errors in the second half, the Roosters could still win this game by 30 to 40 points. They still could, as long as they remove the errors from their game, because there was multiple times where they could have broken away. Daniel Tupou would have just scored then. They might have brought it back for a no try for passing off the ground from Crichton, but ultimately there has been multiple opportunities here, multiple opportunities for the Roosters to blow this game away, but they don't do it because they come up with an error. So I do think that I would still be leaning with the Roosters to run away with this, as long as they can limit their errors, because you look at the negative play here of the errors, anything 4 and below is good, 5 to 6 is average, and then 7 and above is horrific. The Rabbitohs are at 4, so that's good. That's not too many errors. The Roosters are at 9. It is 9-4 in errors right now against the Roosters. 9. That is dramatically bad. That's Knights Cowboys territory. That's not good. You can't excuse that. So if they can limit those in the second half and they can only have maybe 4 to go to 13 errors across the game, or maybe at worst 5 to go to 14 errors, I think they win this game well. If they go on a similar trajectory to the 18 errors, anything 15 and above, then I do think this game probably stays close and it gets nervy for them. But if they can limit those errors, I do think they probably win this game quite well. Penalties conceded is 2-0 against the Roosters. It's not bad, but it's still ill-disciplined compared to the Rabbitohs, who haven't given away a penalty yet. And then the Rabbitohs are 2 ruck infringements. The Roosters are at 3. So overall, these stats say that the Roosters have been a little bit more ill-disciplined than the Rabbitohs, but nothing too bad. The Roosters have been awful in regards to their error rate. The defense has definitely been in favour of the Roosters by a long way on an individual level, plus also collective, in my opinion. I think the Rabbitohs have actually not conceded based off of the Roosters' errors more so. The Rabbitohs have been manning up, but also there's been a lot of line breaks and there's been a lot of opportunity for the Roosters. So I think they've been their own detriment. They also bombed a completely guaranteed try earlier on in the game too, where they broke away and then just completely fell apart. Rabbitohs are at least impressive in regards to the forced dropouts, but overall, more offloads for the Roosters, faster play the ball speed, just a little bit better on the average set distance, way more tackle breaks, way more line breaks, run meters they'd be well in advantage of if you give the equalisation across run meters and post contact. It's just the completion rate. Again, Roosters win this by a good 30 to 40 if they can limit their errors, but it's just about them limiting their errors. It's only them who can do it. And if they come in next week, whether they play the Cronulla Sharks or the New Zealand Warriors, whoever they play next week is a chance to beat them if they play like this in the first half. Even the Warriors. And the Warriors, they make the same amount of errors, but you just don't know which Roosters team's going to turn up. And like I said last week, they were down 10-0 to the Storm at halftime and came back to win 40-10. So you don't even know which Roosters team's going to turn up each half. So there's a whole long way to go here of this game. I will still tip the Roosters here 13+ if they can reduce their errors. If they keep their errors up, there's a chance the Rabbitohs could still steal this. There is. Vaggie says, Rabbitohs will be going for the kill at the second half. Go the Rabbitohs, Tooks look crook. Yep, but they're still up 10-6, so that's a problem. Infinite Kiwi says, Marky Mark, get out of it. Casey says, let's go Rabbits. Roosters win still 28-12. At 55%, but still beating these shitters. That is an incredibly important statement to make, Seb Watson. It's incredibly important to say that the Roosters are at 55% completion rate. They've got 9 errors in this game. They have, and they've given away 3 forced dropouts, and they've had 0 themselves, and they still lead 10-6. That is a huge problem. That is a huge problem for South Sydney. That is a massive problem. Just a gigantic problem. The fact that those stats right there should mean that the Roosters are down against any other team. Maybe not any other team, but ultimately these stats wouldn't be good enough to beat many teams. Sean James says, the spray the Tooks should be getting at half-time would be interesting to listen to. I agree with it. I think that this is a moment that Trent Robinson should light up his team. I think that despite the fact that you are leading 10-6, this game is meaningful for you. It doesn't mean jack shit for the Rabbitohs besides just beating you. It's just about ego for the Rabbitohs, realistically. The Roosters are playing for the top 8. If they lose this, they probably will not make the top 8. It will probably not happen. So, not that it won't happen, but it probably won't be happening. So, I do think this is the time where Trent Robinson should go in and say, you need to do better. And light them up. I think you should. I think you should fire them up. And I don't always agree with the lighting up technique, but I think this game definitely deserves it because you can't have 9 errors, get into the top 8, potentially 7th position, then have to travel to either Cronulla, have to travel to New Zealand, and although they make plenty of errors themselves, it's still not good enough to be in final football. So, a long way to go here, 40 minutes to go, the game has kicked off in the second half. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. Lungan says, sorry bro, what's the halftime score? Lungan, I'm going to give you a bit of a Where's Waldo right now. I'm going to give you a bit of a Where's Waldo, a free Where's Waldo for you. Let's have a look at the screen. Let's have a look at the screen and let's make a nice little guesstimate at what the halftime score might have been. So third tackle here, 32 seconds into the second half. Roosters with the ball at the 40. And they're going to go left-hand side. They give it to Angus Crichton. 0-all, Jay says. Yeah, it is 0-all. The Roosters actually got docked 2 points. It's actually -2-0 right now. Rabbitohs in the lead. Rapana announces retirement from all rugby and Super League season. Oh, there you go. Penalty to the Roosters. And that's not good, Rabbitohs. That is not good. Penalty to the Roosters. 0-all's a good one. It's a penalty against, I think, Brandon Smith for a high tackle against Siwa Wong. And let's have a look. Jamie Humphries making a tackle around the ball. And then, it's just a swinging arm. Yeah. And there's a swinging arm. Jordan Parner's had a great career, man. Great career. It's really sad that he's obviously left the Raiders and now, well, he was there in 2019, but it's sad that Jordan Rapana obviously isn't at the Raiders while they're having this spectacular of a season. Oh no, Brandon Smith might be getting binned here. Oh, they might bin Brandon Smith here. Oh, this is it. Oh, this might be it now. Oh, Jamie Humphries. Oh, Jamie Humphries is in the bin. Well, Jamie Humphries has gone to the bin here. I was looking at Brandon Smith with the swinging arm. They've actually said Jamie Humphries is the one. Let's see this again. Oh, they're saying it's the hip drop. Okay, yeah. No, it's a good call. No, it's the correct call. Yeah, Jamie Humphries with the hip drop. And Brandon Smith swinging arm realistically should have been a penalty there as well. Not a bin. But it's unfortunate because Brandon Smith obviously comes in over the top and makes the tackle worse. Makes the tackle worse for Jamie Humphries and for Siwa Wong, obviously. All right, so it's going to be Roosters with the ball. First tackle, 20 metres out, and with a man advantage. You have no excuses here, Sydney. You have no excuses here, Roosters. Siwa Wong, he's 15 metres away from the line. Second tackle. They go right-hand side, Connor Watson, James Tedesco, Victor Radley, and Radley's going to be 10 metres out, third tackle. Let's go, Rabbitohs. Come on, Wayne, help us out, GT says. Yeah, well, Dolphins fans, definitely massive Rabbitohs fans today. Fourth tackle for the Roosters at the 7 out of 5. The Dolphins will get slaughtered in the first week regardless against the Sharks if they play them down there at Cronulla. But there may be a chance against the Waz. Roosters here, 4 metres away. Connor Watson. It's going to be fifth tackle. Fifth tackle. They go to the left. It's going to be Hugo Savala. Why is it freezing up for me? Now they get it up. Charge down from the Rabbitohs. And it's 6 again for the Roosters. And Sam Walker's going to get the ball now. Sam Walker gets the ball. And the Roosters are 5 metres out from the line. 0 tackle. Roosters 3 metres away. They go out the back. Sorry, first tackle because it wasn't a knock on. It was just a charge down. Daniel Tupou in the corner. Try time for the Roosters. 14-6 for the kid to come. And like I said, no excuses for the Roosters. Now with that man to bin. And the Roosters will score 14-6. Sean says 36 likes. You can't slap the like button, guys. Don't be cats. It's free. You may as well. Real easy. Hit the thumbs up button. Tells us that you like the content. And tells YouTube that you like it too. And Roosters will score in the corner. Roosters will score in the corner. In the corner. Yeah, please don't ruin that, Ben. Obviously, I'm planning to try and watch that after this. And I do kind of hate it when people come in talking about the other games that are happening. Because ultimately, I don't want to bring it up. Because then if I bring it up, people are going to talk about it. But if I don't bring it up, we get people like yourself coming and talking about it. So now I know what the halftime score is. So 14-6 here for the Roosters. 37 minutes to go of the game. 36 minutes to go here. Actually, mods, if you do see a comment from the other AFL game, please remove it if you see it. Not like timeout, just remove it just so I don't see it. So 37 minutes to go of the game, because I do want to watch that after this. Oh, there was a late hit there as well. All right, so big kick here for Sam Walker to make it a 10-point game. Big kick, and it's good to see Daniel Tipper keep... Oh, by the way, Olivia, so what do we need now? Robert Toyer, Alex Johnston, and Angus Crichton. That's right, yeah. Olivia, if you're still watching, I think that's right. Rob Toyer, Angus Crichton. Sam Walker will get the kick, so it is 16-6 to the Roosters with 36.5 minutes to go of the game. 36-6. Dun, 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 dun. Playing a bit of Eminem in the crowd. Bit of Eminem. I do, like I said, at halftime, I still thought the Roosters would win this game by 30 points. 30-40. I wouldn't put past it, especially with now with this bin. So Daniel Tupou's at 183 tries. So he is 27 tries behind Johnston. 29 tries behind Ken Irvine. Johnson will break it before Tupou, but I honestly would not be surprised with the way the Roosters play into next year. It depends. I don't know how the Rabbitohs play. I think they should be pretty good next year, but I don't know how they play. But I would not be surprised if Tupou gets super close to Johnson within the next 2 years, and maybe even overtakes him. I think there's a possibility of it. So the Roosters now, he's also less of an injury risk. Third tackle at the halfway point. They give it to Savala. Savala to James Tedesco. James Tedesco at the 40. Rabbitohs back to Tedesco. Tedesco's away. And Connor Watson's going to score a try on the game under the post. And Dolphins fans, your season's over. Dolphins fans, I'm eliminating you right now. I told you this was going to happen. Rabbitohs look tired. The Roosters just need to limit their errors. And the Roosters are in the 8. The Roosters, my friends, you are going to be in the 8 for 2025. Yeah, I'm just putting that there. There's no way the Roosters lose from here, mate. There's just no way. I'm calling it now. I called it basically at time, but I'm calling it now. Dun dun. That was too easy. Rabbitohs gets the offload away to Tedesco. Tedesco to Angus Crichton. Not Angus Crichton, sorry. To actually, who was it who scored? Who was it who scored again? Connor Watson. That's right. Connor Watson. 20-6 to the Roosters. Bucks has missed out. What did Humphries do for the sin bin? Hip drop. Hip drop. Sean says halftime kicking the balls worked. Yeah, well, we all knew it. We all knew it was going to happen. We all knew this game was going to turn as long as the Roosters could limit their errors, and especially with that sin bin, like the Rabbitohs had to get off to a hot start, and they've gotten off to the complete opposite, where they got themselves a sin bin, and the Roosters have punished them with 2 tries for it in the first 5 minutes of it. There's still like 5 minutes left of the sin bin, and the Roosters have already scored twice. Vasper says, kind of worried as a Sharks fan to play the Roosters. Yeah, I would be, but you don't know where you're going to... Oh, no, you don't know who you're going to play yet, because the Roosters with a win here would go to 7th. They would be playing the Warriors in New Zealand, and the Sharks would be playing the Panthers. But if the Panthers then beat the Dragons tomorrow, the Panthers would go back into 7th, and they'd be going to New Zealand, and the Roosters would be going to Shark Park. So ultimately, if you don't... Well, who do you want to play? Like, you'd rather play the Roosters than the Panthers. You'd like, for mine, if I am thinking from a perspective of a top 8 team right now, whether it be the Sharks or the Warriors, I absolutely would prefer to play the Roosters, and I would prefer to play the Panthers, because I think that some good teams with their full strength team, I think the Sharks, as long as they focus on their first half being their good half, because they're very similar to the Roosters where they're one half good, one half not so good. If the Sharks can pump the Roosters in the first half and do it by like 16 points or 18 points, then they probably will be able to hold out. Second half of the Roosters has been really good the last couple of weeks, so that's the biggest worry. If you're not up by a big enough margin for the Roosters in the second half, and then obviously the Sharks just really go into ultra defensive mode, which isn't really their kind of play style, but they do sometimes do it. I don't know. Sharks Roosters could be a belter. I actually think that the most... Oh, Roosters are away again. Nwanga Tawase, he's at the 45 on the Rabbitohs side of the field, fit tackle. Agakara says more tries for Roosters. Yeah, it's looking likely. Looking likely. Sam Walker, he'll put that ball up into the corner. And Rabbitohs will... Jai Gray will get this ball over the sideline. Oh, no. I don't know if that's played at. Has that been played at by Sam Walker? Oh, they're going to say played at. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Kay says Panthers would rather play the Wires as well, to be honest. Panthers wouldn't care who they play. You're not winning 4 premierships in a row and being in 5 grand finals in a row and giving a shit who you play. Oh, yeah, it would be. It is played up by Sam Walker. It is. It is played up. Nate Chase is 3 down, 3 to go. 3 down, 3 to go. What are you talking about? So, Rabbitohs, they'll get this ball back. Oh, jeez. Roosters with a massive hit back to the 10. They took them back 10 metres. Wowee. Don't forget, guys, we'll be live tomorrow for 3 games. The ultimately final game of my season with the Titans versus the Tigers, which actually is an important game. Dragons-Panthers is important because if the Panthers win, then they'll finish in 7th. If the Panthers lose, they'll finish in 8th. So Sharks and Warriors won't know who they play until tomorrow. Unless the... that's a 4 pass. But they're going to say it's fine. And Johnson will be at the 35 4 tackle. Unless the Roosters lose this game, then it wouldn't really matter. But then the Dolphins will be the ones, so they don't know who they're playing, regardless. Rabbitohs will get this ball into the corner. And then also got the Sharks versus Bulldogs, which is a big game. And that's out in the full from the Rabbitohs. That is out in the full. Ashenwood is complaining about something. They're going to challenge us here, the Rabbitohs. Can't make that mistake, 12 on 13. They Toya, AJ, and Gray now. I think Olivia has Toya, Crichton, and Toya Crichton and... Or is that it? Was it just Toya and Crichton? No, I think this is fine here from Blake Steep. I don't know if this is actually a penalty. Nah, you can't penalise Blake Steep. No, you cannot say this is a penalty against Blake Steep. No way. No way is that a penalty. So Rabbitohs are challenging, saying he runs through the kicker's legs. They're going to say inconclusive. I honestly think that the Rabbitohs deserve to lose their challenge there. I don't think there's anything there that says that he contacts the Rabbitohs' leg. And I wouldn't even say that was inconclusive. I would have said that should have been unsuccessful. But it will be inconclusive. So Roosters will still get the ball here about 45 metres out from the Rabbitohs' line. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just trying to figure out as well with Olivia's one. I think she also had, I think it was Crichton and Toya to go. And there was maybe one more. Oh, Alex Johnson, that's the one. So you didn't put Alex Johnson in for... Oh, no, you did. You did put Alex Johnson. Every multi probably would have had Johnson for at least one try here today. Not that it's looking likely. So second tackle for the Roosters. They get Sam Walker. Sam Walker out the back of Tedesco. Tedesco to Billy Smith. And Billy Smith is going to be 24 metres away from the line. So basically, 2 try scorers there for both you guys. But it's just the Crichton swing. And you instead have Jai Gray. I don't like that you're one on the basis that you need 2 Rabbitohs tries. Victor Radley... Oh, he scored. Radley scored here, I think, unless it's a dropout. I don't know who gets it. Radley doesn't look like he's celebrating. The only reason I don't like your one in comparison is because you need 2 tries for the Rabbitohs for 2 different players. I think the Rabbitohs will be lucky to score another try in this game. Whilst... like, I don't know if Alex Johnson scores, unfortunately, for multi-betters, but I hope he does. And... Oh, it's going to be a knock-on for Victor Radley. So this is going to be Rabbitohs' ball here at the 20. Rabbitohs' ball at 20. 4 times winning the start in the 8th position. Doesn't matter where you start. The Dogs win anyway. Good luck with that, Sean. But I think Panthers do beat the Dragons to finish in 7th regardless of what happens here. So knock on there from Victor Radley, and Rabbitohs will get this ball here at the 20. I don't think Latrell Mitchell changes this game too much either. If Latrell played, I really don't. I really don't believe it changes too much. 30 minutes to go here of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. First tackle for the Rabbitohs at the 33 is looking well and truly like the Roosters have locked their spot up in the 8 and will be 7th until tomorrow's Panthers-Dragons game, and then we'll see what happens there. Second tackle for the Rabbitohs at the 40. And right now, based off of the ladder, Raiders will be playing the Broncos in Canberra. Storm will be playing the Bulldogs in Melbourne. Sharks will be playing the Panthers in Cronulla. And the Warriors will be playing the Roosters in New Zealand. Based off of the ladder, right this very second. They go right-hand side. And Rabbitohs' Isaiah Tass will be 35 metres out, 4th tackle. 2 tries between them to either one each or a double for either of them. A double for either of them? No, what? You need... left-hand side, Alex Johnson. At the 30. Alex Johnson! No, 25 metres out, 5th tackle. Pushing shit uphill with a sharp stick. Yes, rumour has it. Next week is going to be a belter week here, though. Huge week. And Lindsay Collins grabs the ball here at the 15. Shoves away to Tedesco and says, I'm the fullback here, buddy. I'm the fullback here. The South's going to have to storm the field next year. Yeah, the game... Alex Johnson just wasn't hitting 3 tries in this game. And penalty to the Roosters. Yeah, fair enough. And they're going to take a quick tap here. Sam Walker's away. No, he was in front of him. Yeah, I agree with the referee bringing it back here. Yeah, he was. Angus Crichton was in front of Sam. So this is going to be a penalty to the Roosters. And I think it'll work out better anyway, to be honest with you. Yeah, Lindsay Collins just says, Tedesco, get out of my face, mate. I am the fullback of this team. I am the captain now. Just like when Lindsay Collins owned him in Origin. Lindsay Collins is daddy. So, during the sin bin, Roosters have just dominated every facet of the game. 269 run meters to 87 is wild. Roosters, Lindsay Collins to the 35 on first tackle. And that should be 6 again, really. That realistically should have been 6 again. Connor Watson out to Savala. Nafahu White And he'll get crunched at the 30. And there's the 6 again, even though it should have come earlier. Doesn't really matter, though. First tackle, Connor Watson. He'll go out to Savala. Savala to Blake Steep, and he's 24 metres out. Second tackle. Connor Watson to Savala. Out the back into Tedesco. Tedesco, he steps. He's at the 20. Connor Watson, 23 metres. He steps around again. Steps again. He's at the 15. The 10, it's 13 on 13. Now the Rabbitohs have got their player back from the bin, which is Ashton Ward. Victor Radley, he's going to go across to the grass. It didn't get a good pass going, but Nafahu White makes a lot out of it and makes it to the 9-4 tackle. We're hoping for a Toya or a Crichton try here. Sam Walker, Crichton. He'll be 3 metres away from the line. Fit tackle. Oh, that's a 6 again. Oh, jeez, referee. That should have been a 6 again. Daniel Tupou. He's going to cut it all the way back across into Sam Walker. Sam Walker's going to kick this one up for Mark Nawaqanitawase. Maybe a hat trick coming up. Yes, it is. Nawaqanitawase with the hat trick. Forget the Alex Johnson hat trick. Nawaqanitawase is going to get the hat trick here. And the Roosters, you are playing finals football in 2025. 26-6 with the kick to come. And the halftime prediction of 30 to 40 points win for the Roosters is looking likely. It is looking likely. Everyone looking for a Alex Johnson hat trick. Well, instead, you've got his opposite man in Mark Nawaqanitawase. And right now, they're in 7th position, travelling to New Zealand. Just dependent on that Panthers-Dragons game tomorrow. So now, guys, this wipes out the result for the Dolphins versus the Raiders on Sunday. That makes this game, or that makes that game absolutely pointless now. So that game will just be for vibes, and then we have to hope the Titans beat the Tigers tomorrow for the other game to not be just vibes between the Eels and the Knights. Otherwise, if Titans lose to the Tigers, then that Eels versus Knights game will also be completely pointless. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, through nearly 500 votes there in the poll, got Roosters 68%, Rabbitohs at 32%. Well, at least you guys called that for the most part. I will say as well, guys, if you aren't subscribed to BKRtravel, our second channel there of travel, I want you to go comment on the most recent video that I posted ages ago. And I want you can ask any question you have about whether it be India or Vietnam or Thailand or Fiji, America, Vegas, Hawaii, whatnot. Also Malaysia, if you want. And ask any question, because I'm going to start putting out some videos. I've got a couple of comments already there from last week. I'm going to start putting out some videos of answering your questions, because obviously we talk about it a bit on here, but we will talk about it through videos over there. So if you haven't done that yet, go check out that and comment away. All right, so 26-6, the Roosters with 26 minutes to go here of the game. Marky Mark, a complete freak in the air. He is, said Watson. He is. Mitchell says he knows he has that channel. Shut up, Mitchell. Shut up, man. I promise a lot. I have promised a lot and delivered a little, but I promise you, again, that I do think that's a really good... I think that's a good style of videos that I can commit to doing for the time being, plus also a couple of other things as well. I've got the old plans for, but for the most part, that's a pretty easy concept there that I feel like will be interesting for a lot of people in regards to my travels. And a lot of people have a lot of questions in regards to places like India and whatnot. Jeez, Nawaqanitawase, how big is that grab? Like, he just gets up and just gets at him. He knows he has that channel. You sound like my mum, Mitchell. You sound like my mum. So Rabbitohs will kick this ball to the corner. And Roosters' Lindsay Collins will get this ball to the 20. Someone says, that's nothing you have in common with Titans. That's another thing you have. Okay, you're the Muppety, said Watson. That's another thing you have in common with the Titans. Promise a lot, deliver a little. Well, I don't deliver a little in regards to BK Sport. In regards to BK, well, that's a penalty. Yep, for 2 in the tackle. I deliver a lot in regards to BK Sport, you son of a bitch. At the end of the day, I stream every single game here. I promise that, and I deliver it. I haven't missed a game in over a month, 2 months. But in regards to BKRtravel, sure. So BKRtravel, I agree with you. BKRsport, I promise a lot and deliver a lot. But BKRtravel, I deliver jack shit at the moment, but it's coming. It is coming, because that's an easy concept to do. Alright, so right-hand side, and the Roosters will get this ball to the 42. So if you aren't subscribed yet, go click on that pinned comment. You've got plenty of time, because it's a 22-point game. This game's over. It's just about how much the Roosters win by this point. Nafahu, White, James Tedesco, Robert Toya. He'll be taking that to 35. So go subscribe over there. Show us the live games, you cat. I'll throw a headbutt. How about that? Third tackle now at 25. 25 minutes to go to the game. Now to Hugo Savala. Savala to Lindsay Collins. And Collins is going to be 15 metres out. Hey, what happened? Roosters limited their errors. And they're going to win by 30 to 40. How about that? Seems like promising a lot and delivering a lot there. Tedesco, Rabbitohs trip over, and it's going to be, I think that's actually caught from Humphreys. It's actually an intercept. It looked like a guaranteed knock on, turns into an intercept, and he'll be taken down to the 20. Alex Johnson's away here. Alex Johnson's away. Oh, Tedesco, get out of it. Let him score, you cat. Let him score, you cat. Tedesco, get a grip yourself. What do you think this is? What do you think, you're trying to make the 8 or something? For gosh sake, James Tedesco, let Alex Johnson just score there, mate. Let him run for the 70 metres. He's only got to get 3 more tries. Jai Gray, he will get taken down to the 48 on 4 tackle. I'm feeling the score might be 44 to 6. That's what I'm going. This game has drained my Friday night. I want a refund. I think Warriors Manly ended up being exciting and controversial as well, but Warriors Manly ended up being exciting on the basis that the Warriors literally threw the game away by not taking that 2. It's the most brain-bafflingly dumb decision to not take that 2, to score the try, convert it, lose by 1 when you're up 13 on 11 with 13 seconds to go. Like, it was incredible scenes. Incredible. Such low IQ play from whoever made that decision. Knock on here for the Roosters at the 50. Whoever made the decision to go for the try and not go for the 2 is the most low IQ rugby league player I've seen in a very, very long time. And we watch every game here. Now, I implore one of you, I implore someone here to bring up, in recent memory or all time, what is a more low IQ collective play than what the Warriors did in the last game. Mitchell says, if only they didn't forfeit all their kicks. That is true, Mitchell, but also I will say that the second try for Manly I don't think should have been a try. With that being said, Warriors didn't deserve shit. And Rabbitohs Ashton Ward will be taken down to the 50. Sam Walker with a big hit. Too many head knocks. Too many head knocks. Sounds like old Tigers fans. Second tackle out to 45. Keon Kalamatangi. We can't be friends tomorrow, by the way, Mitchell. We will not be friends tomorrow, mate, when the Titans put 100 past you. Jai Gray. That's a forward pass. But Alex Johnson will be at the 30. Third tackle. Just let him score 1, you dogs. Sean James says, mate, Thailand, you eat dog. Vietnam, the rice hat, quality, mate. Can you buy a mankini where you are? Don't know if Malaysia, which is a largely Muslim-based country, would appreciate a mankini. Don't know about that. Jamie Humphreys, he'll be 15 metres out, fit tackle. Okay, go left-hand side. Go left-hand side right now, Rabbitohs. Here we go. Here we go. Kalamatangi out to Cody Walker. Jai Gray hits the ground, and Toya picks it up, and he'll throw the ball back to Johnson. It's going to be 6 again for the Rabbitohs. I don't know what Toya's thinking there. So Rabbitohs second tackle, and they'll be 10 metres away. Knowing our record in the last round, you score at least 40. Well, I said to my Tigers friend, who we have a lot of banter with, I said to him, if there's ever going to be a team to lose to the Titans in the last round of the season, to avoid us getting the spoon, it is the Tigers, because we have a great record against the Tigers at the C-Bus. Last game was extremely close. Tigers not playing for anything. Obviously, the Tigers are the team that always gets the spoon. It would be such a Tigers thing to do to lose that game when they shouldn't be losing that game. It would be such a Tigers thing to do. But it wouldn't surprise me if then the Knights play out of their skin to beat the Eels and the Eels have one of their off games. James Tedesco here at the 20. 20 minutes to go here of the game. Roosters, you are going to be seeing finals football. You don't know who you're playing yet, though. Right this very second, you'd be playing the Warriors in New Zealand, but it all depends on the Panthers beating the Dragons tomorrow. If they win, you play the Sharks. If they lose, you play the Warriors. Third tackle now at the 40. Connor Watson. He will go to Nafahu White. Just imagine the whole Dolphins team will be watching this together right now. They'd be watching this, all this game together in Redcliffe somewhere at one of the teammates' houses. Sam Walker to James Tedesco. Tedesco gives it to Billy Smith. Oh my gosh, that's sleeping at the wheel there from the Rabbitohs. Billy Smith will be taken down 7 metres out here from the line. Where do they go? Do they go for Mark Nwanga twice there for a fourth try? Do they go? They do go that way. Sam Walker steps. He gets the offload away to Connor Watson. Connor Watson still going here. Connor Watson still going here. Offload. Well, that's a penalty for tackle without the ball. I would argue there's a penalty for tackle without the ball there. I'd challenge that. He says it's simultaneous. Well, you're going to challenge it every day of the week, even if it's not. Even if you lose it, who cares? It probably is simultaneous. It probably is fine. Probably is. Go Roosters, heads up for the grand final. Phillip, this team ain't looking like a grand final right now. Second halves are good, but first halves are a worry. And he has touched him beforehand. Yeah, this is definitely a tackle without the ball. This is 1,000,000% a tackle without the ball. This is a penalty of the Roosters 10 metres out. This is a very easy call here. This is a very easy call. Do they look at a penalty try? No. No, they don't. It's just... It's definitely a penalty. I don't think... Yeah, there's no penalty try. Yeah, just a penalty. I agree with it. And I don't think it's a deliberate tackle without the ball beforehand to make it a professional foul. I do think that he's just making a tackle as the ball's coming to him and he was just hoping for the best, realistically. Roosters versus Sharks will be an interesting matchup with both teams, one-half teams. Yep, that's what I've been speaking about all stream so far, Michael. I agree. So the Roosters, are they going to go for the 2 here? No, you're not. You're not going to be Cats. Oh, you are going to be Cats. That's sad stuff. Come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've got the Rabbitohs done, and you're going to go for the 2 here? Come on. Mitchell says, we need Hargraves back to give someone an uppercut. Sean says, you said 500 on who wins? 500 on who wins? What do you mean? 500? That's 500 on who wins. Roosters will get this too, by the way. It'll be a 24-point game. And, sure... Like, it's 22 right now, so 24 with 4 converted tries. But Rabbitohs aren't scoring, 1 try, let alone 4. 500 on who wins people. Sorry, I don't understand what you're saying, Sean. I understand you said 43 likes and whatnot. We want to get to at least 50 by the end of the stream, which we will. But I'm not too sure what you mean by... You said 500 on who wins. So, penalties, the Roosters, they get the 2, and it is a 24-point game. 24-point game. I do actually have to update this table too, because the old Manly are actually in 9th right now, not in 10th. So I've got to update this. They're both eliminated anyway, but I will be honest with the table, because this is a very realistic and truthful channel here in regards to the table. We've got to be very honest with it. There we go. So Dolphins dropping to 10th with that Manly win. Warriors, you ain't coming off a fraud alert, that's for sure. Alright, so the Roosters, they're going to be 22 metres out from their own line in the poll. Oh, yeah, in the poll, we've had about 550 votes, and it's Roosters 68%. Second tackle now at the 30. And now Roosters get this ball here to the 35 on third tackle. I think the most underrated matchup that the finals could see is Broncos versus Sharks. People won't believe it, but if we can see the Sharks win the first week of the finals and then take on the Broncos, I think that's actually prime time viewing, man. I think that would be arguably the game of the finals. Billy Smith taking up the 45 on fifth tackle. Well, arguably that's 6 again there against Munro. He's still holding him down. But fifth tackle, Sam Walker. He'll just put that one down. And Jai Gray, he'll get his ball here at the 5. Treeman says, well, Titans minor premiers, nice, man. Yeah, good stuff, Treeman. No, we did pretty well this season. Absolutely flying. You know, I just couldn't really get over how proud I've been all year. Been very proud of this team, and obviously Gold Coast for their 18th consecutive minor premiership is just really unheard of stuff. You know, people talk about the Dragons and their 11 premierships in a row, but how about the Titans with their 17 in a row going on 18? You know, it's good stuff. You've really got to appreciate what the Gold Coast are doing. So fourth tackle at the 28 and Keon Kolomatangi. He'll be at the 35. He gets the offload away back to Jai Gray. Off to Ashton Ward. They go right to Tyrone Munro. And Munro has been absolutely easily covered today. Easily. Ashton Ward. I will say, there is still a concern about the Rabbitohs halves going into 2026. That's the biggest issue that I have. They're letting Lewis Dodd go. Jamie Humphries is okay at best. Ashton Ward is okay. Cody Walker is getting on. I don't know what they're going to do with their halves next year. And that's my only concern about South Sydney. And there's still a concern about their number 9 as well. So they've got a great fullback in Jai Gray. They'll have a great 2 through 5. They'll have a really good forward pack. The biggest issue is their halves and also their hooker. Billy Smith up to Daniel Tupou at the 25, the 20, underneath to Tedesco. Tedesco flicks it underneath to Angus Crichton, and there's my try scorer, by the way, Olivia. I got him. Angus Crichton with the try time. Angus Crichton with the try time, and it is 34-6 with the kit to come. Olivia would still need Robert Toya and Alex Johnson. Don't know if I see it happening, but there's my try scorer. Yeah, the Gussie quad celebration. He did promise he would do that if he scored. Well, we banged that one in. With the old Gussie Gus. The old Gussie Gus puts that one over. And Rabbitohs, you're probably going to get done. You might even get done for 50 today. You may. Tedesco with a beautiful flick over the top there of... Jacob Bose and Angus Crichton with a good put down with one hand too. Logan says calling Humphries okay is a bit harsh. Well, what's he done? Why are Rabbitohs fans criticising him despite knowingly their injuries? What's Jamie Humphries done? What's he done? Tell me why I should not be saying that Jamie Humphries is okay. Do you have Jamie Humphries in the top 10 halfbacks in the comp? Do you have Jamie Humphries in your top 12 halfbacks in the comp? Philip says, go Roosters, full support all the way from Papua New Guinea. Get around in Papua New Guinea. Because let's go through halfbacks. So you've got Tom Dean as halfback for the Cowboys. I'm putting him above Humphries. You've got Adam Reynolds for the Broncos, if not Ben Hunt. But I'll put Adam Reynolds because he would normally start, so that's 2. I would put Isai Katoa above him. I would debate Humphries and Jaden Campbell, but for the time being, I'm happy if you want to skip that one. Don't even look at me nice. I don't know how many you put him over. Jerome Hughes. Then you've got Jamal Fogarty. You still have Daly Cherry Evans above him. I still have Nico Hines above him. You'd have Sam Walker above him. You'd have Mitchell Moses above him. You'd have Nathan Cleary above him. He's already not in the top 10. So what do you want me to do here, Logan? And that's not even... We haven't even gone to, say, Jerome Luai. Or if you want to specifically go and say Lachlan Galvin. Do you have Jamie Humphries above Lachlan Galvin? And that's going to be... It does go 10. And the Rabbitohs will knock it back. And the Rabbitohs will get the ball here to 50. I would go as far to say that Jamie Humphries could be 15th best halfback in the comp. And there's only 17 teams. So why is it harsh to say that he's okay? First tackle now for the Rabbitohs at the 42. Sean Kepi goes right to Vita Totola. There are a lot of good halfbacks in the game, though he has size. Ken Goalkick. Well, most teams complain about their halfback overall. Roosters will get the ball here at the 35. He has size. Okay. Ken Goalkick. Okay, doesn't goal kick for them though, and has a nice running game to him. Plus he's young too. Well, young's just based off of potential, so you're just looking towards the future. But in regards to, so that's nothing to do with right this very second. If you're talking about like long-term wise, then okay, sure. But based off of what we've seen, I think this is a 2-on-1 strip, by the way. I think this will be pounded the Roosters. I don't agree. I think that we need to see Humphries again next year because he was dropped at one stage this year, mind you. He was dropped. Luai, Latufanu, Adam Dewey, Moses, Brooks, Tiny Martin, and Elias are all clear. Okay, Mitchell is definitely drunk. Sounds like you have a crush, Logan. No, it's a weird hill to die on. It's a very strange hill to die on here. To say that it's harsh to say that Jamie Humphries is okay when I'd be extremely generous to put him into the top 12 halfbacks, and I'd probably put him around the 15 area. But again, it's been a difficult year to read South Sydney, but he also was dropped for South Sydney. So they are going to say this is a one-on-one tackle here, so that's fine. So Zytas will strip it out and legally, and now it will come down to if Zytas knocks this ball on or if it goes backwards and then Nafahu White knocks it on. Oh, that's yeah, this is going to be a knock-on. This is going to be a knock-on. Again, Lagan, would you have him in your top 15 halfbacks in the game right now? So Roosters will get this ball at the 45. Sure, might be swinging a bit low. Well, I'm not going to say he's bad. I just think there's a lot more to prove, and I don't think he's been exceptional. But I don't think he's bad by any means. So Roosters with the ball at the 45. There's still a chance of a fitty bomb. They need to score 3 times in the next 13 minutes. 35 missed tackles for the Rabbitohs, 14 for the Roosters. Around that 12th, 13th area. I think you're just basing that based off of what I just said. So who are the 5 to 17, 16, 15, 14, 13? Who are the 5/4 halfbacks you have below him? Because I don't realistically believe that based off of what you've seen, you can even say he's above Jaden Campbell. I think you can say he's probably above Tanner Boyd. And I think you can safe to say put him above whoever the Knights halfback is you want to say. But who else are you putting him above? Sam Walker to Daniel Tupou. He'll go up for it. He'll knock it back. And it's going to be Roosters' ball here still. Benai Uelu. He'll throw that ball all the way across the right-hand side. It's going to be Siwa Wong. He kicks that ball through. Will it sit up? Will it sit up? It's going to be a dropout. It is going to be a dropout. Agakara says Roosters support all the way from Papua New Guinea. Good go for the win. Kitiriani in Papua New Guinea. 11.5 minutes to go here in the game. 36-6 the Roosters. Dropout coming up from the Rabbitohs to the Roosters. I tell you what, though, if Rabbitohs scores, look, we could still be potentially on for a sneaky. Could be, potentially. And statistically, also, Jamie Humphries isn't above Jaden Campbell, so you couldn't make that argument. But there's other players for sure. Oh, they're going to say it's backwards in the Rabbitohs, so now Sean Kemp with the ball at the 35. 10 minutes to go here of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got 3 games. Dragons, Panthers, Tigers, Titans, and Bulldogs vs Sharks. I have him over Cogger, Flanagan, and equal with Latu Fainu. Well, Latu Fainu isn't the starting 7, though, is he? The starting 7 for the Tigers would be Adam Dewey, no? I would also say Latu Fainu is above Jamie Humphries, personally. But I'm here for the discussion. But I would say that Latu Fainu is quite clear based off what we've seen of Humphries, but sure. But that's just an opinion-based one. So actually around 14, 15. That makes more sense. So Kolomatangi, he'll get that ball to grass, and now it's Jacob Hose to be taking out the halfway point fit tackle. So Rabbitohs, they're just kind of limping to the finish line here. I think Rabbitohs fans will not be happy with their season, but they'll be content with where they've ended up considering where they were. Rabbitohs will lose by 30 here, which means that they will finish in the bottom 4 this year. And they'll just rely on the Panthers not beating the Panthers to beat the Dragons, sorry. There are a lot of quality halfbacks in the NRL right now, though. Sure, but there's always going to be plenty of quality halfbacks. When was the last time there wasn't plenty of quality halfbacks? There's also plenty of quality hookers. There's also plenty of quality fullbacks. There's also plenty of quality centres. There's also plenty of quality wingers. There's also plenty of quality of back rowers. And there's also plenty of quality locks. Front rowers. So it's like, well, that's going to be the case across the entirety of the competition because it's a professional competition where all the best players are playing. So that's not really a discussion. It's a limited position, but it's like, okay, we'll go to the limited positions. Hooker is a limited position. Halfback is. 5/8 is. Fullback is. Arguably 13 is. The other ones, there's 2 players in the position, so it makes it a lot more generous in regards to more ability to have a lot more players to compare to. Norman says, what is really going on with the Bunnies? Very disappointing. You can't really blame this, man. Rabbitohs have had way too many injuries this year, and the Roosters, they were the only ones playing for something in today's game. Sam Walker, Roosters are playing for a top 8 spot. The Rabbitohs are playing just to finish off their year, Norman. So I don't think you can be too upset and disappointed. I think you can be frustrated with the injuries and the old health department there at the Rabbitohs, but I don't think you can be too upset overall with the performance this year because there is a lot of excuses. Tedesco, he will kick this ball through underneath. That's going to be Rabbitohs Port the 5. This game is just really a slog to finish up here, but I agree with Jay. This game is taking some life away from us at the moment. I don't think the old Fitty Bomb gets hit. I don't think Alex Johnson scores. So we're going to have to wait for next year. Going to have to wait for 2026 to see Johnson break that record, which I believe is what the NRL would have wanted because they can prepare for it now. So they're probably going to give the Rabbitohs a pretty easy schedule in the first couple of weeks, I reckon. You watch. Sean says, the last Titans game, it should be an indoor beach theme, then buy a fat chick's one piece and attack with scissors. GC Mankini. Is there something wrong with you? My answer is yes. My answer is absolutely yes. You've been drinking too much of that Thai water from the tap, mate. You've been drinking too much Thai tap water. James Tedesco brings this ball out here to the 40 and nearly gets away from the tackle, but Sean Kepi holds on to him just. 7:20 to go. No Wangan to Wase. He scored a hat-trick in this game. He will look for a pass, but second tackle at the 45 on the Rabbitohs side. Off to Connor Watson. And Watson will be 35 metres out. Well, I said 30 to 40 points. Bang on at half time, despite it being 10-6. Angus Crichton. Yoelu. After Connor Watson. Connor Watson here at the 30. He keeps rolling, and that's a good tackle there by Cody Walker. Don't say that much. And now you can see he's pretty frustrated. Robert Toy to Sam Walker. Just finish off the game. Just finish off the game. 5 games left of the regular season for 2025. Sam Walker, he'll put this ball up here for a 4th try, potentially for Nwanga to Wase. And Rabbitohs are away, Alex Johnson. Alex Johnson gets his ball to the 20. Just let him score, you cats. Just let him score. First tackle now for the Rabbitohs at the 24. Now at the 25, second tackle. 6 minutes to go of this slogfest, lads. 6 minutes to go of the slogfest, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. 6 minutes to go. Might go to the Sky Tower for dinner tonight here in Kuala Lumpur. Rabbitohs are away. Tyrone Munro. He'll kick this ball back onto the inside where Tedesco will get it. And he'll be taken down at the 30 on first tackle. And Mitchell says, no more Rabbits games for the rest of the year. Hallelujah. Yeah, you're right, Mitchell, but I'm gonna one-up you here, and I'm going to say you're still in pain. You know why? Because we still have to watch the Knights on Sunday. Yeah. That's a high tackle. Penalty to the Roosters at 30. You do still have to watch the Newcastle Knights with us here, Mitchell. On Sunday, you are required as a moderator. All moderators are required to be here for the Newcastle Knights versus Parramatta Eels game. Everyone here is required to sit there and suffer with us. Everyone. You must be here. Otherwise, you're banned from the channel. You are banned from the channel on Next View, which is next Thursday. And I'm sure next Thursday is going to be Raiders versus Broncos, no? I think so. I think it's Raiders, Broncos, and then they'll play second versus third on Saturday. No, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday is both the elimination games. It's legal here, remember? It's not water from a shit bowl either. I will hold my speech for the time being. 4 minutes 55 to go of the game. It's legal to drink tap water? Well, I'm sure it's legal to drink tap water everywhere, Sean. Doesn't mean you should do it. I think it's legal to drink tap water in India. Definitely don't mean you should do it. Sam Walker to James Tedesco. Tedesco to Billy Smith, and Billy Smith is going to be 24 metres away. Third tackle, 4.5 minutes to go. A lot of multis are about to be broken-hearted with no Alex Johnson try tonight. Sam Walker off to Egan Butcher. He's 15 metres out. Fourth tackle. They go left off to Tedesco. That's knock on from the Rabbitohs, and it's going to be a Billy Smith try. They didn't actually say it was a knock-on from the Rabbitohs as well, but Billy Smith will score. No, they're going to go to the bunker here. Okay, Grant, Adam Shee. Well, you're going to go to the bunker here for a really exceptional piece of play. The old Socceroos won a game. The old Socceroos beat the Kiwis 1-0 today. Oh, dearie me. Rough day to beat a Kiwi with the Warriors losing and the All Whites losing. I think Billy Smith is onside. It's close, though. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not from that sky view. I don't know if they're going to be able to overturn it, but it's close. Yeah, based on the on-field decision, they're going to say it's fine. Oh, they said no try on the field, so they're going to say no try. We had the final whistle as a line that should have started. Yeah, Billy Smith is always within 10. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, because he scores a try. So no try here from the Roosters. Rabbitohs will get the penalty at the 5. This Roosters team, these last few weeks, has been so confusing. First halves, they've been terrible. Second halves, they've been fantastic. Four minutes to go here in the game. Gee whiz. How are we surviving this? All Whites, All Blacks, Tall Blacks. The Kiwis are obsessed with their colours. Yeah, well, you're wrong, Mitchell. They're obsessed with their shades. Black and white isn't a colour, mate. You've really got to get that noggin working. Come on. Black and white, they're not colours, buddy. Bucko, champion, pal. They're shades. Third tackle now for the Rabbitohs, and they'll beat the 45. You know the game is absolutely dead when we're talking about the difference between shades and colours of black and white. Kolomatangi, left-hand side. Cody Walker gets through. Alex Johnson kicks this ball. Jack Whiten. Whiten's going to be 15 metres out. Fourth tackle. Please let Alex Johnson score here. Please let Alex Johnson score here. Rabbitohs go right-hand side. Ashton Ward. He'll kick that ball through. And this is going to be a 7-tackle set. Or dropout, sorry, coming for the Rabbitohs. Dropout from the Roosters to Rabbitohs. Everybody, if you mix them together, it is. Black and white mixed together would be grey, no? I don't know, mate. I haven't been to school in years. That would make grey, which is also a shade, buddy. It's also a shade. Grey is also a shade, champion. So Rabbitohs will get this ball all the way back at the 35 of their own side of the field. This game has killed every single brain cell I have. Yeah, absolutely, because I just struggled to recognise if black and white made grey, and then if grey was a shade or not. Rabbitohs, they'll be 15 metres out, second tackle. If Alex Johnson scores, by the way, Olivia's going to spew, because then she chucked in Robert Toya randomly. When we weren't thinking it, and then he'd be the only one not to score. Rabbitohs, they're 30 metres out, fourth tackle, Tallis Duncan. Jai Gray, he'll go short, Cody Walker. And they'll be 15 metres away, fifth tackle. Biffo, someone, oh my gosh, lads, please calm it down. We've got a minute for you left to go. Just finish the game off, lads, please. That's all I'm asking. It's a penalty to the Roosters here. It's a penalty to the Roosters here. Cody Walker, what are you doing? Oh, for a high elbow for sure. Yeah, Cody Walker being Cody Walker. He's doing Cody Walker things. The old Cody Walker. Doing Cody Walker things. The old Cody Walker. This last 10 minutes is taking forever. It's taking forever. I think I did see someone on Instagram today, or Twitter or whatever, put a bet on for the Roosters to win minus 30.5. They'd be spewing right now because it's 30 on the dot. The Roosters would need to score one more with a minute and a half to go. They would be spewing right now. And now Robert Toya, he'll get this ball to the 45 on first tackle. Benai Uelu. Oh, we're getting there, lads. We're getting there. We've got a minute 8 to go. We've got a minute 8 to go. And if this game makes you tired, guys, Sunday is going to be a drag. But it says, don't bother going to the shed south. Just get straight in the plane to Bali. Don't know if Bali's the suggestion right now, Mitchell. I don't think I would suggest any team having their Mad Monday celebrations in Bali. They're not exactly happy with their government right now. Hey, listen, tell you an underrated place to go to. No, Malaysia's not really a party place. You can find party outside though, but it's not really a party place, Kuala Lumpur. Fit tackle. They're going to go for a field goal. Sam Walker. He's not going to go anywhere close. Jai Gray. 25 seconds left of the Rabbitohs season. I will say, though, it's probably even better to go to Qatar for a party right now than Bali, because Bali is facing some pretty big troubles. Best thing about this game now is your stream. Well, 10 seconds to go, and then this stream's ended. Tyrone Munro's getting a bit lippy to Billy Smith. You're right, they can join both the Cowboys in Cancun. Yeah, fair. Dallas Cowboys and North Queensland Cowboys off to Cancun. Makes sense. But 36-6 is the final score for the Roosters. They have guaranteed themselves in the top 8 for 2025, and that means now, officially, the Manly Seagulls and the Redcliffe Dolphins have been eliminated. Your top 8 is there. The Roosters, they are in 7th right now, but the Panthers-Dragons game tomorrow. If the Panthers win, they will go to 7th, and the Roosters finish in 8th. If the Panthers lose, then the Panthers finish in 8th, and the Roosters finish in 7th. So right now, the Roosters will be playing the Warriors in New Zealand, and also the Panthers will be playing the Sharks in Cronulla. And then on the other side, you've got the Broncos travelling to Seabus Super Stadium for the first week of the finals, and then the Storm taking on the Dogs in Melbourne at Amy Park. But alright guys, I'm going to jump off here for now. I appreciate you for the 2 games here today. We will see you tomorrow for 3 games, which is the Dragons versus the Panthers in Wollongong. Then we've got the Titans versus the Tigers. And then finally, we will have the Bulldogs versus the Cronulla Sharks. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Appreciate you for tuning as per usual. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.